Right, so here we have Vicky here, and she has showed up for a lesson. And my question to her, number one, was, do you want tips or do you want a program? And she said, well, I'm not quite sure yet. I said, totally understandable. So I told her, you know, let's see what happens today, and then you can make a decision later whether you want just a tip here and there to try and get by, or you want a full meal deal program. So right away, as you see, she shows up here with a web halter and a shank that is maybe 6 foot long, is the friendly game. And we got to make friends with this horse, because what we're gonna end up doing here is we're gonna task this horse. Tasking horse in the mental part of the horsemanship, which is the first part. Asking a horse to do some things, and his communication is corresponding between the two of us. And out of that comes respect. So is he going to push into us, or is he going to do what we ask him to do? So that's just a little start here. I just wanted you folks to just see when they show up here with a short shank and a web halter, I know where they're coming from right away. Now, let me tell you why. And I'm going to pertain this to the barrels. Length of shank is time. It's thinking time. So for instance, if I was to have a young horse, here's a gate, and it's got an overhead on it, and I got a 6 foot shank, and I'm headed through this gate, hanging on to a 6 foot shank, and he sees this rail. All of a sudden he balks, he runs backwards, and being there's only 6 foot of shank, I can't hold him. To where I got a 12 foot shank on that horse over there. It gives me double the time to clamp down and say, whoa, whoa, easy, and get him, rather than jerk the shank out of our hands and run all over here and act like a prey animal. That gives us time. And it's the same thing on your barrels. At first, if you can see the barrels way on out there, we got to give ourselves a bigger pocket. A bigger pocket is like a longer shank. It gives us time. As they get better, we can shorten that pocket up, and they will get bored with that big pocket, and they will tell you it's time to shorten the pocket up. It's the same thing in the horsemanship that I'm going to show you, is how length of stuff gives the horse time to think, so we can communicate together. Okay, so here we are. I've showed Vicky some spots here where I like to get horses rubbed down, and I found the spots that they kind of like. So she's spending a little more time behind zones 2 and 1. So she's in zone 3 now. All right, and we'll put this on YouTube for her, and then she can go back and watch this, and so she remembers what to do. All right, so let's continue on here. If you grab this camera and just point it at me. So here's the next friendly game. So this is the one also got to do with called sensitization and desensitization. So if you watch here with rhythm, I'm going to do that same friendly game that you were doing, but this is the extension of my arm, right? So see, your horse can't even stand still, and he's not the one having it done to him. Because we're going to need this extension of our arm for some of these things that we're going to do, right? So, and again, approach and retreat thing. If she can't, this mare can't take it up here by her ears, then I would throw it more back in zone 3, okay? And then I would try and get closer again to zone 1. When it goes to hell, walk backwards. Because here's the thing. Just like you told me you have trouble unloading your horse, right? When they get soft on this, they get soft up here. By walking backwards here and playing this friendly game with the extension of my arm, see how she kind of pulls, and I stay rhythmic. Don't quit doing this, because they teach us to quit doing this, right? So I just got to get farther away if I got her pulling back, right? Because the object is, to me, I want her to start getting soft up here, up here. See right here, she's wanting to be a little funky with her ears. I will pull her towards me to where I can rub her on her ears. If she doesn't like that, she's going to get used to it. And see how I don't hang on to her here? Now she's loose. She gets away. Now I'm on the other side, rubbing her up here on her ears, okay? On a loose shank. But with all of this challenges her to where, see how she's not really one, but I didn't hold her here. If you get holding them here, then you're not teaching them to get off of pressure, because the same thing is going to happen when you barrel race and you pull on your reins. If I want them to go left and all of a sudden they go like this and I just hold them and keep going left, then they're just learning that they can go ahead and lean on stuff. So I would pull and release, get them to try and keep their feet there, pull with my reins and release, try and get them to keep their feet there. It's the same thing with this here. Okay, now she gets the communication. Oh, you just want to rub my ears. Okay, so that's your next task. With the shank, walk backwards and get your horse soft. So Vicky says, do I hold them or do I let them move? And I'm saying, okay, what's going to happen is when they get moving, understand angles. So this is a good angle to where I can pull on my horse and get this going good again. So say she took off over there, I would get on a good angle and get her coming back towards me so I can walk backwards. Gets over there, get on a good angle to where you can keep the rhythm going. Okay? Them angles are really important with horses, knowing where that angle so let me just start here. So say how she's going, see now I'm going to walk backwards this way and she just got on that good angle, right? See how I don't stop the rhythm? But my rhythm's out there now because I can tell that she's pretty fractious. So if I want to aim for up on her back, it's not going to work very well. Remembering that this is still zone 3 out here, this is zone 1 out here, okay? I would love to throw it up on her back, but I can tell she can't take it yet. So now I'm just called approach and retreat. Retreat to where she can take it. So now see how I'm on a bad angle? So here's another thing about angles, about the power move. Getting 2 feet like this, where I'm in a power move here and she can handle it, right? Power move. See, and I'm starting to get her soft right here. So when she backs out of the trailer going a million miles an hour, you can take a hold of her in here and say easy, easy, and it will connect up here and she will learn to stay soft on that. It'll be okay. Okay? So here we go. On that good angle. I'm on a bad angle now, so I'll just wait. I gotta move my feet to get on a good angle. Right? My feet to get on that good angle. I'm keeping the motion up. Okay, so now she'll take that around the legs. See, she can't even take that around the legs. Now see how she's got time to think because I got a 12-foot shank. Had that been a 6-foot shank, she'd have been gone. I just got to wait. All right, your turn. That's how you go about that. Okay. So, horses, number one thing in nature for them, if they don't trust you, is to flee. The next thing is to lean on you. So this is huge in my horsemanship. When this horse wants to flee, the first thing that you're going to see is her head bend that way, the ribs come this way, and then maybe a hind foot come this way. All right, to all you people out there that are competing with horses, yeah, let's get to the goods. Okay, well, here's the goods. When you're cantering a circle to the right, if you let your horse go, I will guarantee you 9 out of 10 people, if you let them go and grab the pommels, your horse is either going to run off, and while they're doing that, you're going to notice when you're going to a circle to the right, their nose is going to be tipped to the left, the ribs are going to be to the inside of the circle, because that's how they get strong to get away from you. Our job is, number one, with this groundwork and getting them friendly, number one, this is huge, is they start looking at me. And when they start looking at me, then all of a sudden, if that nose tips at all to the inside, them ribs go to the outside. And hopefully, if they're quiet enough, then the hind leg will stay to the inside so they can balance on it and canter that circle, much less get around the barrel the same way. But if they go around a barrel with their head kind of tipped like that, then their ribs are in, the hind leg is actually tracking kind of over there, and they can't get balanced and be quick and athletic to get around that barrel. So it all starts right here. So the next thing that I'm telling Vicky to do is steady pressure. So when I'm needing to help this horse after I get him friendly, I'm going to start pushing stuff around. I'm going to push these hind quarters around. I'm going to push these fore quarters, hind quarters, sideways. See how I can tip this horse's head away from me and go sideways? Right? Okay? That's the start of getting your horse good in athletic positions where you can get them around the barrels and clog faster. That's where it starts, okay? Here is attached, this is your bridle, but hook that thumb underneath that knot because it's a forward movement. This hand is attached to this foot, this hand is attached to that foot. So I'm rubbing first, and then I kind of lead forward and push. Now again, I made a full circle, but for you when you're teaching, watch if I was just to teach this horse for the first time. That would be it. All right? That would be it. Rub it to a stop. Okay, now this time I'm like, okay, it went kind of a step and a half. Let's see, let's try for 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Rub it to a stop. Let's try for 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? That'll be on YouTube for you to go. And you did the hindquarters, remember? Rub to begin with, indirect rein, stab yourself in the belly button, push that hind leg, if you can, underneath the belly. At first, that would be it. Release. Okay? Stab yourself in the belly button. See that pinky's pushing it to my belly button. Rub it to a stop. So that, backing your horse up. There's a couple little, you'll feel them here. There's a couple little nerves run right down here. Rub first, and then you can just play the piano on them nerves to get in time with them feet. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Rub it to a stop. This is also steady pressure, coming this way. Okay, you kind of introduced that even in the friendly game. When you were playing the friendly game, you were actually using steady pressure to go around like this, right? You know? That's steady pressure because I'm walking backwards and I'm getting my horse softer right there. So you've got some homework to do. The friendly game, remember all them, whether it be throwing that shank around or using your hands like this. You know, can you give them one of them? Oh, this is still friendly game. This is just rhythmic motion. Rhythmic motion. Okay? how I walk backwards? Like I'm in a hula hoop here. I can't get, I'm not going to do this. Okay? Side to side. I just play a little game here with them. Side to side. It's like my feet are in a hula hoop. So here's a little something that I need to work on. Steady pressure. I'm not buying into that, chasing them around the corral. Get close to her here. Backwards. Little rub in between, friendly game. Steady pressure. Use your imagination and see how you can develop little things to start getting soft up there. Great example there, how you work through something if you got a little bit of communication going and a little bit of respect, which is the mental side. So in a review, the start of our deal is the mental part of the horse, which is giving them some tasks to do, which you just seen, and then getting some respect through some communication. If your communication isn't very good, it's hard for them to respect you and get the answer, right? Respect can have some fear in it, but you also want it to try and develop into a softness through lack of fear. So there was fear there, right? As we were seeing, they stuck with it, showed you the skills through the right equipment in order for this horse to start to understand my communication. Then the fear started to leave and we got a little more of respect. So in respect to not knowing what to do, then all of a sudden we get an unresponsive horse that's disrespectful. All right, good.
1, 2, 3, 4. As you're warning your horse you're coming, you're pushing on the saddle horn and you got a response and you let go. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push on that horn. Don't slide that hand. So there, and let go. Okay, great. Get this good at home. You're showing me a direct rein because that jackknife is pointed at like 2 o'clock, right? Now I want your eyeballs to look at 2 o'clock. There you go. And your other rein is a supporting rein because your knuckles are still forward, right? So that, now show me the other side. Look at 10 o'clock. Yes. And this rein could be that supporting rein, knuckles forward. Knuckles, there you go. See how you turned that? There. That's a direct supporting rein going to your left, right? Give me a right. A right. Nice. Knuckles forward. Yes. See the difference? Right? The other side? Yes. Now see what it's doing to your body when you look at that clock? It shifts, right? See, you get on the outside of your horse. Now go to the other side. Shift. Go to the other side. Go left. Direct support. Okay, nice. All right. Okay, can you, while you're still on camera, can you give me just one rein? Don't move your horse, so have a lot of slack in your reins, and demonstrate an indirect rein. Yes, that's an indirect rein. Other side? Yes, put that in your belly button. Where's your belly button? Yes. Now if it wasn't working, where would you go? To that off shoulder. Wait, yes, exactly. Other side? Belly button first. Yes, that's an indirect rein the other way. Okay? So let's have a little review. Show me all the rein positions. Show me a casual rein position.
Oh gosh.
One hand in the middle. Over the mane of your horse.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, you can always watch me. See?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's a casual rein. Give me a control rein. Do your tromboning first. 1. Okay? And you were going to stab yourself in the knee. So show us on this other side. A control rein on the left side. 1. Pull that slack out. 2. Get all the way down to that snap. There you go. Now keep going. 3. Now go to the horn. Nice. Put it on your knee though. Yes. Stab yourself in the knee. Is that your knee or is that your hip bone? Okay?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay? Now show me a direct supporting rein to your left. Direct. Stab. Look at the clock at 10 o'clock. Yes. Okay? Other side. Look at the clock up there. Yeah. Nice. Okay? Now have a slack in your reins and show me a indirect rein to your left. Indirect left rein. Stab yourself in the belly button with the indirect. Nice. Other side. Okay, so this will be on YouTube for you. You can go back and study it. Okay, good. Now back to a casual rein. Casual rein. Nice. Okay, what did you learn today?
You're throwing me under the bus right now.
There's no wrong answers.
Okay, well, I've learned that patience is important and know when to release, and just build that confidence with your horse is big. So that's what I've learned today when it comes to.
So would you say that comes through the games on the ground, right?
Yes.
The groundwork,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So building a relationship on the ground, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And do you see how it pertains to when you're up on their back? How
Yeah.
it would make sense to the horse once?
Oh, exactly. Yeah. You see the big picture once you're on
Yeah.
the horse. You're like, yeah, okay, now I get it.
Yeah. So I rode around, did the barrel pattern, and kind of showed you, how the reins pertain to operating the parts of the body and keeping your horse. So I was pulling on 2 reins, right? Eventually, like got my horse soft in the pole and the face, pulling on 2 reins, and then I did the barrel pattern, and she looked kind of smooth, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
she did.
Good.
Yeah.